New level of epidemic danger and new rules. Starting from midnight on September 23rd, the whole country enters the yellow epidemic zone. This means that schools, kindergartens and universities will be allowed to work if 80% of teachers and employees have yellow or green COVID certificates. That is, they got at least one jab. Besides, no more than 4 people are allowed at a table in a cafe or restaurant, while the distance between tables should be at least 1.5 meters. Cinemas, theaters and other cultural institutions will return to the operating mode with 50% of seats full. Gyms and fitness centers will work with occupancy of 1 person per 10 square meters of area.
We use the experience of European countries and international partners around the world. It shows that it is possible to ease certain restrictions for the vaccinated population, because the most vulnerable is the unvaccinated part. 82% of deaths from COVID-19 are among the elderly, and more than 90% of deaths are registered among the unvaccinated.
Tightening of quarantine right now correlates to rapid cases rise in the country. Over the past week, the number of new cases has grown by almost 70%. For example, as of Wednesday, almost 6,800 new cases were registered in Ukraine. More people are getting hospitalized, and almost all of them were not vaccinated.
We see that even in the countries with good vaccination rate, given the necessary protective measures are not followed, people still get infected. But they have mild symptoms, and there is no such threat to their lives, and healthcare systems are not overloaded.
And the number of those who are getting vaccinated not to end up in hospital with coronavirus is growing faster than the number of new infections.
Despite the fact that today is a weekday, there are many people who want to be immunized at the vaccination center. Medics say the workload has almost doubled over the past week. At the same time, there are enough vaccines for everyone.
Now there are such vaccines as CoronaVac, Pfizer, AstraZeneca in the vaccination center. One can choose any and get a jab free of charge.
Here one can meet people of different ages. All of them are sure that getting vaccinated is vital.
Why am I here? I want to live.
Traveling becomes more convenient and I just don't want to get the virus. Basically, the biggest problem is travel, because after you cross the border, you have to be quarantined. Instead, being vaccinated is more comfortable. It is the only defense from virus to my mind, so I think everybody has to be vaccinated.
If you are vaccinated, you can go to the cinema or restaurant. There will be no restrictions for institutions where 80% of staff and 100% of visitors are vaccinated. Or everyone must have a negative PCR test, done no later than 72 hours in advance. As for the public transport, the rules will remain unchanged. Masks and social distance of 1.5 meters is a must. Reported by Vadim Kromer and Larissa Zubenko, UATV News.